Today I'm going to make a video about traveling in D&D and how I do it. You can do this in D&D or with Daggerheart or any other game. You just have to slightly change some things. But yeah, let's get started. I'm excited. Alrighty, so this is the table that I use, the navigation and travel table. So when using this, it's a 1 through 20 system with worst, bad, can you even see that? Yeah, good and great. So worst is 1 through 5, good or bad is 6 through 10, good is 11 through 15, and 16 through 20 is great. Now, forgive my bad spelling on some of these things. I was using my phone to film, so I didn't really have it to look up anything when I was writing this down. But, so what I do first, when my characters or players, I should say, are traveling through an area, I think about what area they're going to be traveling through. Now, with my characters and my players, they are going through the jungle right now, and it's called the Jungle of the Moving Isle. I have a whole ecosystem that I built out for this area, and you could do this for encounters, which is what this table is written out to be, or you could do this with weather or their speed of travel. Now, I do have that kind of added in here, where if they roll worst, they get lost, and their travel does not progress, and they have to roll again the next day. If they get bad, they're slowed. You can determine what that means. If they get good, they're normal speed, and if they're great, they expedite. That means they usually gain, or they are faster than usual, I guess. So let's do some rolls here and just give you an idea of how this works. So it's really simple. Just take your dice and you roll, and what we got? We got a 9 here. And so you would add your modifier on survival. So let's say our guy has a +2. Well, that's good because he just went from fighting a fencing fern bush, which is a bush that it has sharp leaves in it. Basically, it looks like a regular bush until you walk by it and then it stabs you. So you don't want that. But he went from that to the +2 to discovering a rainbow waterfall. Now, I don't know what that is. I just wrote that down because it sounds cool. But yeah, we can just go with that. Now let's say that we do another roll the next day, and they're in the same jungle, and they get a 9. Let's say that's a 9 again. And same guy, because the ranger always does the survival checks. So you get a +2, and you get discover the rainbow waterfall again. Well, you don't want to do the same encounter once more, so we're going to cross that off, and you're going to keep the 11 in mind. Keep that in mind, and what you're going to do is have them roll one more time, but keep their modifier in there. And so I'll just roll again to show you. So you got an 11. That's kind of confusing for this example, but so we keep our original 11 in mind, and then we add 2 onto this 11, so that makes it a 13. So basically we're basically seeing if it's 1 through 10, then we go down 1, and if it's 11 through 20, then we go up 1. So with the 11, the original 11, we got a 13, and so it was in the good to great bar. So we're gonna move up 1 instead of down 1. If we got let's say a 6 on our roll, and then we had the +2 for the modifier, which would be an 8, that's 10 and below. So we go down from 11 to 10 to quicksand. But we got hidden treasure. That's really cool. Let's do some other examples just to that was kind of confusing because we got the same number. 14, okay. We got Mushroom Village. That's really cool. So we got 14 again. Oh, let's actually add the 2. We didn't get Mushroom Village. 1, 2, the modifier, ancient ruins with rare items. It is abandoned, so you don't have to fight for it. Because most players don't like to do that. So let's say they roll again and they get 14 again. Oh, 14, where are you? Boom. You get 14 again, and then you get the same thing. But that's already been used, so you don't want to do that. We're going to roll and see if it's 10 or below or 11 and above. 15 +2, 17. It is 11 and above. So that means we're going to move up 1 from the 16. Wondrous magical cart. That's the person that sells wondrous magical items in the middle of the jungle. I wonder what his story is. But yeah, that's the kind of idea.
But yeah, all these creatures, kind of just to go over them, are really cool creatures that I have created. Most of them are homebrewed. We have the Cerberus Rex territory. That means it's a 3-headed T-Rex that you don't want to mess with. That was inspired by Magic the Gathering, actually. Titan Cleaver Mantis is a ginormous mantis that can cleave the heads off of Titans. So don't mess with that thing. That's why you don't want to roll a 1 or a Titan Cleaver Mantis. You have the poison, is probably spelled wrong, Poisonous Pollen. That's not good. Hangman Tree. That is a very cool creature that I created that has flowers on it, and it looks like a willow tree, and it kind of like that. And you have a guy that kind of just walks up, and the vines will wrap around it and hang the person. It's pretty graphic, but if you don't have a sword or anything, you can't get cut loose. And then the nutrients get absorbed through the vine, and flowers start sprouting on the body that the vine is wrapping around. And then what happens is crows will come to eat the body, but then they start pollinating the flowers because they're flying from flower to flower and tree to tree. So that is how they pollinate. I like ecology and how ecosystems work, so that's a big idea. Monsoon, you don't want to get caught on monsoon. Razor raptors are raptors with blades on the sides of them and thorns on them, so if they run past you and they have a neurotoxin that paralyzes you, don't get cut by those. Terracry birds are birds that mimic the call of their prey, the last call that they did. So they hunt in packs and they can be very deadly. Similar to raptors. Mudslide due to rain, that's dangerous if you want to go more survival-esque instead of encounter. Fencing fern, quicksand, all that stuff. Hidden treasure. Golden fleece sheep is a sheep with golden fleece that you can shear. Aurora borealis, nothing really cool, but it's just atmospheric. Befriend a guardian dragon, that's pretty cool, but be careful not to give your players too much stuff, or giant moths that give you a ride. But yeah, just make it your world, make it your ideas, or just copy mine. You can do that. That's pretty cool. I don't care at all. But yeah, just figure out what biome, what you want in that world. If there's civilizations nearby that can interact, if there's people, if there's pirates, if there's wars going on, make it unique, interesting, however you want to do it. But yeah, that's just a simple idea.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, I can definitely come up with some more. And all those creatures I do have in a book that I'm putting together called Enchanted Ecology. And there's a whole breakdown of how the creatures are flowing in and out of the ecosystem and food web, and how your players can interact with them. I'm not too sure how to do the stats, whether I should do them in Dungeons & Dragons or Daggerheart or something like that, or just keep the stats